Welcome back to Astro Health. We are going through an interesting series. Today we shall see Aquarius, the sun sign.
Yeah, we are into Aquarius. This is about those born between 22nd January and 21st February. A
Okay.
little bit of Aquarians. Aquarius represents the pot full of water,
Mm.
and evidently Aquarians fill their pots, but uh, do not wish to replace the water.
Mm.
They carry impressions from their childhood. Mostly, they are guided by the tutelage of their elder brothers or elder sisters, and
Mhm.
some kind of friends who are there, who are very close to them right from childhood, and they retain those ideas and don't feel like modifying them, or they will not even tolerate criticism of those who have been idealized by them.
Okay.
Aquarians are generally those who don't prefer relating to a society, and you will see that their methods of dressing are a bit peculiar, casual,
Unique.
unique because it is casual. Woman would simply drape a sari rather than trying to give the sari some finishing touches, so that it might look like more fashionable. But even the gentlemen don't do proper dressing, really. I'm suggesting about most of them, not all. You will see some gentlemen wearing some disproportionate clothing. Uh, the shirt not properly tucked, and they will always be trying to do it, but then some time or the other they leave it.
Mm.
So they don't prefer the right combinations, and because of that, they sound odd and eccentric to many people,
Mm.
which may not be true. They're very timid, and, because they are writers. Basically, some of the best writers in literature come from Aquarius,
Mm.
and their proficiency is revealed even in childhood. So they continue to do that, but many Aquarians don't come out into the open and say, "This is my skill." That's how it is. And I have seen some Aquarians who can be engrossing when you talk to them. They like to talk to you, but they talk to very few people, strangely, and they can give away some bright ideas,
Mm.
and uh, in fact, it's always a pleasant experience talking to them. And usually, they suffer from a deficiency of sodium chloride,
Sodium chloride.
common salt.
Common substance.
And Aquarians normally have a colic issue, that is, the stomach upsets, and a lot of intestinal disorder,
Mm.
and they have this acidity, and they have a torrid night time. They don't sleep well.
Mm.
They get up at odd hours, and if they have a task the next day, they are not going to sleep at all.
Mm.
They are so timid and nervous that they won't complete today itself.
Mm.
And sometimes they have a burning stomach, and
Because of sleeplessness.
sleeplessness and sleep, and these are interrelated. It is complementary to each other,
Mm.
and because their nervousness is more owing to a psychological phenomenon where they feel that new areas or new aspects introduced uh, are difficult for them to accept.
Mm.
So they have this problem. They want a comfortable environment around them, and because normally we don't get comfortable environments everywhere, they feel themselves out of place. That's the problem with them. But I would suggest
Natramur.
Natramore 3x daily. It
3x.
does wonders for them. In fact,
Two tablets.
two tablets. In fact, that does wonders for them. So I think we have to go into the analytic degrees.
Yes. You have told us about Saturn being in an analytic degree.
Hmm.
What are we going to hear from you today?
Yes, of course. Saturn in an analytic degree, that was 29th or 30th of a sign. That was discussed last time. Today we are going into a very mysterious planet, that is Rahu.
Raahu.
And why I call him mysterious is because not just mysterious, he gives away a lot of clues as well.
Mm.
If you want to know the genetic code of a person,
Mm.
a serious astrologer can study Rahu's placement
Mm.
and bring out his genetic code.
Mm.
It's as simple as that. Now, coming back to the analytic degree, supposing Rahu is in the 29th or 30th degree of a given sign. We have 12 signs,
Mm.
as you know. Depending on the choice and the requirement, uh, you will have to study that placement and reveal a lot of the enigmatic issue about the person, what he has done, and what he proposes to do.
Mm.
Supposing Rahu is in the analytic degree of the Lagna itself,
Lagna.
yes, then you might say the person will be subjected to fraud
Okay.
most often.
Ah.
Supposing he is in the second house in an analytic degree,
Mm.
then this person will be a fraudulent
Okay.
one. So supposing you were,
Others face trouble.
yeah, if you are seeing somebody who is telling you something, let us say if there is a real estate agent or maybe somebody is trying to sell you property or some, you have an alliance or something.
Mm.
If you want to know if that man is lying, you had better look into the position of Rahu at the time of meeting that man.
Okay.
If the Rahu is in an analytic degree, definitely he is lying.
You are talking about Muhurtam.
Yeah, the Prashna Lagna. Or supposing somebody is with an analytic degree, that is, Rahu is, if you're studying Rahu, you're studying the light detector, using the light detector.
Okay. Ah.
And the way the person approaches a given task.
Mm.
And going by the various signs, you can assign the attribute to Rahu and say whether if he is in the analytic degree, that particular sign suffers.
Mm.
That's not going to be a truthful one.
Mm.
And supposing you're starting for a journey and
Mm.
Rahu is in an analytic degree,
Okay.
at the time of commencing the journey, you might better anticipate accidents.
Okay. This is interesting.
Yeah,
One has
yeah,
to look into it.
yeah. That's how people used to study those days. And Rahu being in an analytic degree of the eighth house
Mm.
of the Muhurta, we don't fix any Muhurtam when Rahu is in such a placement at all.
Okay.
And if Rahu is in the 12th
Mm.
and in the analytic degree,
Mm.
the blessing is that the person is going to lead the last life,
Okay.
this birth cycle. Supposing he's in the 6th in an analytic degree,
Mm.
he'll be facing trouble from the maternal uncles or friends or even foes.
Mm.
And a lot can be predicted about the rescuing aspect. If somebody is lost and found,
Mm.
or somebody has been kidnapped, abducted.
Mm.
You can say whether that chap is going to come back or not using this analytic degree issue,
Okay.
the configuration. Sometimes whether a disease will be cured or not.
Mm.
You can also say whether the doctor is given the right treatment or not using Rahu's placement at the time of admitting him into the hospital.
Okay.
Rahu can be used, like Saturn, to a great degree of profit by a seasoned astrologer.
Mm.
See, many people think that mm, Rahu and Shani are giving you a lot of problem.
Mm.
That's not true.
Mm.
If you study them properly, there's a lot which can be revealed and remedied as well.
Mm.
So that is about the analytic placement of Rahu. I'm just giving you the broad guidelines of studying Rahu's placement in the 29th or 30th degree. Yeah.
Now, shall we go on to one question and one answer?
Sure.
Today, my question is, what are the combinations
Hmm.
which ensure that an individual takes up and accomplishes a task?
The combinations for somebody to take up and accomplish a task. You mean to say whether the work performed by somebody will be result oriented
Yes,
or
yes.
not, whether he performs or not. Well, we do have a lot of planning and execution.
Mm.
Some people only plan, some only execute.
Yes. Some will leave it in the middle.
Some do both and some do neither. We have a variety of people, one individual will take the initiative. He doesn't wait for orders or instructions. Somebody just jumps into it and then goes to some length and leaves it, as you said.
Mm.
Some people wait for somebody else to begin, take it to a point from where they will take off.
Yes.
And some people are always worried about whether this can be accomplished or not. They are the doubting Thomases.
Yes.
So some people would like to see others do it and take away the cake at the end of the day.
Mm.
It's not as though they can't do it, but they won't do it. So what exactly is this? It is known as a Satkarma Yoga in astrology.
Mm.
Because in the Gita it is said, Yogaha karmasu kaushalam.
Mm.
Yogaha
Karmasu
karmasu kaushalam.
Kaushalam.
So there is a reference to kaushalam, that there is skill in doing the work,
Mm.
which is a yoga. So how does that happen? Because see, carpentry is a great skill,
Yes.
painting is a great skill, writing is a great skill, music is of course a great skill. It's a talent, it's an art. And even in every damn thing what we do, there is a certain amount of skill. The person's stamp is always felt there.
Mm.
Everybody wouldn't be doing the same thing in the same manner.
Yes.
So, which reveals that there is a certain element of variety and genetic code coming in and the training. So, of course, that doesn't mean that everybody has to be born in some family to do something of that sort.
Mm.
You get something from childhood, you acquire, and you have to upgrade and train your skills to such a level that you become perfect.
Yes.
So, but then,
If we leave it unattended, it goes off.
yes, acquiring is basically the requirement.
Mm.
And acquiring the skill, it may not be possible in all areas, but certainly where you know that you are blessed with it, you have to go ahead with it and then do wonders. But what is impossible if you are really at it?
Yes.
See, KP Kurian had a co-traveler, a Britisher, in a train who said, when Kurian offered him a cup of tea, the tea vendor had come into the body. That man said the drainage water of London was much more pure than the Indian milk,
Drinking
Indian milk, in fact.
milk.
This was a challenge. He was taken aback and he felt insulted. So, after he alighted from the train, He started working on Amul.
Mm.
And today, Amul is a big revolution in India.
Yes.
How does that happen? So, you have to be ignited, isn't it?
Mm.
And how does one get that ignition? How does one develop the kind of strength of determination and confidence levels and atmabalam? How does he go about it? These are all factors which can be examined in a horoscope. As you rightly asked, what are the combinations? Now, of course, there is a tragic element as well. Some people go on working for hours together but don't get the result.
Mm.
Some people think that okay, they have been misguided or they do a lot of hard work, but at the end of the day, the result is not happening and they feel that, yeah, whatever I do, I'm not succeeding. So, in fact, a good coach tells his sports person that, see, you have to try and do the best in this direction. If you succeed, good. If you fail, because somebody else has done it better on that day, you gain the experience, isn't it? So you, at the end of the day, like Paulo Coelho says, it's not what you get after having accomplished a task. It's not what you get after accomplishing a task. What is important is what you become after accomplishing the task.
Mm.
Because if you are taking up a work, certainly you are going to be a different person after you have accomplished it. See,
Mm.
point A and point B. You have reached point B after having started from point A.
Yes.
Certainly, you are no longer at point A. You know how to travel up to point B after having done it.
Yes.
So, like Patanjali says, see, your skills are always dormant. You never know that you have this talent unless you attempt and make a beginning and start something.
Yes.
So, the clue lies in making a beginning and starting something straight away. So, those dormant things come out. So, according to him, the Patanjali Yoga Sutras tell you that, of course, I'm talking less about astrology. Please don't mind. He says, do not think, but contemplate.
Mm.
Now, what does he mean? He starts by saying, do not think, but contemplate. Then he says, do not contemplate, which means he could have said, do not contemplate in the first place itself.
Mm.
But no, he is giving you a flowchart. He says, do not think, contemplate. Do not contemplate, feel.
Mm.
Do not feel, experience. Do not experience, be with it.
Mm.
Do not be with it, be it. What does it mean? See, everywhere he says do not, and again he says do this. What does it mean? He means that, see, you have to start something and proceed to another. So when
Yes.
you are proceeding to the next step, you have to discard the previous. That does
Yeah.
not mean the previous one is not important.
To begin with, it is.
It is. You have to go through that. It is only then you can say you're traveling in a forest. You have to say, you tell somebody who is starting again, all over again. You have to say, see, if you go like this, you will encounter this. Don't stand there, come to this place. Because the mind has this habit of going in a linear manner.
Mm.
And unless you experience the whole travelogue, the travail, then you can't face the trials. So, that is the Yoga Sutra for you. So coming back to astrology, now you can always link these aspects to the planets also. See, if in a horoscope Guru and Shukra are well placed together in Meenam, that is Pisces,
Mm.
or if they are in a Kendram or Trikona, or they are aspecting each other, the tenth lord is in a trine or aspected by both Guru and Shukra, or the second lord is in the Lagna, and the moon is in uh, an exalted position, that is in Vrishabha. And the moon is aspected by Guru in the fifth or ninth aspect, not the common seventh aspect. Seventh aspect is also good, but we would prefer an aspect in the fifth or ninth, the Guru's aspect. Then the person is habitually doing good deeds. He improves day by day. He will perform those deeds. And the greatest quality is that, he implements the concepts which he has learned. He is not just theoretic. As people say a lot of siddhantas, they keep preaching you, but in practice, they don't really come out that well. So, this is a configuration which helps you in quick learning and quickly accomplishing the deed. That is very important. And you can the combinations I have given, any one can be really helpful. It's not as though all combinations can be present at one point of time. That's not possible either. So I would prefer an aspect of Guru on Moon, that is Chandra, in the ninth aspect or the fifth aspect. Where, for instance, today we have discussed Aquarius. Aquarius is one sign which is again a mystical sign. Mysterious and mystical, both are there. There's a difference between mystical and mysterious. These people have this intuition. They can relate to the universal mind, but can't express it in concrete terms. Now, because this is abstract, how do you bring it to the concrete? That is where the Satkarma lies. So all theories given in the Vedas or any other scripture will be theoretical. But how do you bring that into practice, into concrete terms? You need the aspect of Guru on Moon. Now you can ask me another question as a corollary. Okay, we have accomplished the task. We have done well. Will there be recognition? And will there be income from this? Whether that would fetch the wealth? Because that is a question everybody has in mind. Say, I have done a good job, but is somebody else taking the credit? Wouldn't I be getting that money? That should also be linked to this. Well, of course, if Guru and Shukra are together, they're aspecting, and Guru is also aspecting Moon, both will happen. You do a good job, you get the recognition, you also get the financial benefit out of it. You earn money from that. But if one of them is missing, let us say Guru's aspect on Moon is missing, he would definitely, and Guru Shukra are together, let us say in Pisces, or maybe they are aspecting each other. They will do the task, get the money, that's all about it.
No recognition.
But well, sometimes they may even get the recognition. But how do you approach this skill? See, if I give you an amount of 10 crores to you as a one-time dispensation, will you be happy? Or I give you a kind of a skill which can fetch you 10 crores every time. What would you prefer?
The second one.
Yeah. So, but the second one again, whether you can build on it, you can upgrade it, update it,
whether it is used as a clue,
and whether you can link it to several aspects. Like you can make it multi-dimensional, dynamic to a given situation. Can you change the order? Like, can you maneuver with it? That depends on the aspect of Guru on Moon. So that's the Satkarma Yoga as given in the astrological works. And in practice, I have studied some horoscopes wherein, like for instance, Abdul Kalam, or people who have made a difference to the society with their ideas and their kind of working, and who have made path-breaking analysis. Some great officers in my own workplace, and those who have really influenced their people, their staff, and delivered during critical situations. In fact, during even COVID times, I have casually studied how they go about. I have seen that the aspect of Guru is on board.
Okay.
Now, take this from me. If even if the dasha is not good,
Mm.
the person will be going through a bad patch in life,
Mm.
like Shani Rahu or Shani Kuja or Rahu Shani.
Mm.
Uh, if the natal chart has this aspect of Guru on moon, they overcome a lot of difficulties.
Okay. Mm.
So it's a very people call that Gajakesari Yogam also.
Mm.
It's that has different parameters that can be discussed later. So that's the Satkarma Yoga for you.
Okay.
And next week we shall go into Pisces. Thank you.